What's up, dedicated Dragon Ball denizens? I'm Ryan, and we're here for another episode of the Hawks Dragon Ball Nest. Don't know what that was all about, but I'm happy to be here, very happy to get into another episode after taking the last week off for regionals. This week, from popular demand, we've got viewer Trip Z8 requested for me to do a TopKu list, and I actually had a lot of fun with this deck. I'm not a big red player. I don't play red a ton, so it's the color I have the least experience with, but I've won every match I've played with TopKu so far. So, I mean, not a lot. I've only played about 5 matches, and I'm in gold. So, there's that. But it's been fun. It's been a fun deck, and I think I've got a pretty solid list here. So, let's check out what we've got. Alright, TopKu or Goku, which was from FB02. Saiyan, U7, Tournament of Power, when attacking, draw a card, and then when your life is at 3 or less, draw a card, then flip over. So he is an Awakener at 3, but he has one of the best leader skills in the game. And ooh, look at this animated Ultard, pretty cool, huh? Alright, 20k. When attacking, draw a card. Activate main once per turn. For 1 energy, discard a card from your hand. Play up to 1 battle card with 20k power or less. And Tournament of Power in its special traits from your hand. Doesn't sound great on the, like, it doesn't sound super crazy when we're first thinking about it. But this deck terrorized Fusion World when it first came out. It had to get emergency banned, so much so that by the time I started playing in FB03, TopKu was dead. He had died. But he's coming back because we've got a couple cards unbanned to where now he's just good. He's not OP, he's not meta. But what else do we have in here? So I went with Whis. This card, actually, I was thinking about cutting it out, but you're going to see in the video that will come out Saturday, because I did my battles first, that this guy's staying. Whis is staying here. 1 cost, 10k, 5k combo. Activate main once per turn. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards and it gets minus 5k for the turn. It's really nice that you can use this multiple times. I was thinking about removing it for this reason, because we've got the 1 cost Videl, right? 1 cost, 5k, 10k. On play, add 1 card from your life to your hand, then look at the top card of your deck. Reveal a Saiyan or Earthling, add it to your hand, place the rest at the bottom. So you can't see it from here, you can see it from the list, but basically the Whis is the only card in the entire deck that's not either Saiyan or Earthling. So we've only have a small chance of whiffing. You know, what is it? What's the math here? I'm about to bring it up. I'm actually running 51 cards, so 4 out of 51 gives me a 7 or about an 8% chance of whiffing on that card. So not terrible. I'll take it. Very least it's a self-awakener. We want to awaken as quickly as possible with this deck. I know getting down to 3 can be scary, but it really just helps you put pressure on your opponent, right? Then we've got Gohan Childhood. This one, initially we were going to go Margarita because that's historically what we use, but because of the Videl, we don't want Margarita, we want Gohan, which does the exact same thing. And am I the only one who always looks at this card and because of the shading, his nose kind of looks like Pinocchio? Anyway, so similar here, I actually noticed this one last second as I was about to do a recording, was the Goku BR, right? I had Piccolo in there because he's the Tournament of Power one, but again, if you find Piccolo, you're going to whiff on your Videl. So rather, we're going to go with the cantrip that's a Saiyan. Boom! Alright, then we've got 4 of the Caulifla crits, just a classic card, Self-Awakener. Went with 3 of the Goku minis. It's a good card. You definitely want to see it turn 2, but I would rather honestly see this one turn 2 and maybe get some crits in. Another one that's a 3F is going to be this Vegeta, because he has 0k combo. Overall, this deck has some pretty good combo power. We only see zeros with him, and then 2 double strikes. So we only have 5 zeros in this whole deck. Well, not counting our extra that I'll get to in a bit, you can see on screen. Then we've got the Kefla, just a nice card that I can play off of Kefla, maybe turn 3, I don't have any other plays. It's going to replace itself, draw a card, it's a 10k combo. I'm not like super sold on this card, So it's another one that I'm at 3 of, which is why I would, if I were to cut Whis, I would go 4, 4, 4, right? So we actually are gaining, if we did cut Whis, we would gain combo power. Right now I'm running him at 3, right? Okay, then we've got our important cards. We've got the Gohan Adolescence, just still such a great card in the deck. I mean, what else is there to say about it? Same thing with this Vegeta, just a classic card. Discard 2 from your hand. Can't be KO'd, he gets 3k, and then we're going to choose a opponent's battle card with 25k less and KO that card along with him. Alright, then we've got our full power Keflas. We're at 4 of in this deck, obviously. Leader's gonna get 5k, draw a card, play a 3 or less. Another great support for this card, to where basically you're gonna want a leader skill with either this one or this one every single time. And considering now that we are at 8 of, we should be able to be seeing those every turn. I think the kind of strategy is like which one to play. What I found is it really depends on like what you're going to pair her with. Like for the most part, if you can go her into this Gohan, that's what I'm going to want to do. If I don't have a good card to pair, I'm just going to throw this bad boy out here. Also depends on if I need to play It's Over. So It's Over is one of 3 good options of extras. I'll talk about what the other 2 are later on. I liked It's Over. Cost 2 if you have battle cards with 3k, 30k or more. Choose all of your opponent's battle cards with 25k or less and KO them. I don't know. I'm still really like on the fence between this one and the God Kamehameha, because the God gets you, you can play it for 1 if you don't have anything in the battle area. KO at 30. I just like this one a little bit more. Just a little bit more. I went with Goku for the double strike. Minus 20k from a minus is 20k from a battle card. I also like this one over the Goten because it can't get pinnacled, so that's big. And then I went with the cool, you know, U7 super combo, alt, whatever. Doesn't matter too much. Well, that's funny. At some point, when I was using my calculator, I hit a hotkey that changed my views, but at least I didn't even notice. Luckily, it changed it to a view where it was still fine. It changed me to the right one, so we're not going to have to re-record that. So anyway, strategy, strengths, and weaknesses of the deck. Very straightforward deck. I mean, as many of the old school decks were. We want to awaken as quickly as possible. Yes, you're getting down to 3, but awaken, keep drawing as you're doing so, and then once you're awakened, pressure. And even when you're pressuring, you should be able to be also drawing, which is really nice about, you know, a lot of aggro decks. Is this one, it is still going to run out of steam, but it's going to run out of steam a lot slower than your average aggro deck, which makes it really nice. So that's one of its strengths, right? Like I said, it has really good replacement. A lot of the cards that we're playing are going to be replacing themselves, if not more. Lots of synergy too, to where we're able to play one card off another that really kind of helps, especially in the minusing end, where we want to minus our opponent's cards down to 0. So things like the Whis going with the Gohan are really nice, or the Vegeta as well. Aggro, I mean, it's just aggro. It's hard to deal with the aggro of this deck unless you're able to just board wipe, which, you know, is going to be why it's a little bit weaker into Super Saiyan 4, even, you know, notwithstanding using the Pinnacle, right? Other cards too, I mean, I think the Gogeta BR is going to be one that can kind of deal and easily get rid of the board as well. But, you know, here we are. Okay, weaknesses is removal. And if we were in the past, the removal wouldn't be bad. We can remove up to a 30k or more in a turn, right? But now we're seeing just really big cards come out early that are a little bit harder for this deck to remove. But it's still pretty possible. Again, stay tuned for my Saturday video. You'll see how I remove a UIQ like rather easily, the 6 cost. So but it's kind of like you've got to zone in on one card to remove and really kind of have a good hand for that. So the removal's not great. I say mid swings as well. It kind of does. Like we're getting a lot of swings, and we've got 20s, we got 25, you know, we've got 20s. But we don't have like a really big dog swing, except if we're going with this Vegeta. And really, like, for what this costs, cool, he's a 50. But I mean, we could have comboed the two cards would have comboed up to be like a 40 or something. So it is nice, but like this is like your big third, 50k swing that costs you 2 in hand or a 35. Other than that, like this guy's going to be our best as a 30, and then on your opponent's turn he is not a plus 10k, so it doesn't give you a ton. This guy stays at, so that's pretty good, but not like a ton of like really nice swings here. Hand management can be an issue because the leader skill makes you discard. Sometimes you've just got a really good hand and you've got to make a decision on what to discard, knowing that you will draw 2, but are you going to draw two back that are as good as this one? So we've got to kind of think. Other cards to consider, a lot of people still really like the Goten card, and the reason is at 5 energy you can still use a leader skill and then play the Goten, and 5 energy is a really nice turn to end the game. I just don't like that he's kind of useless against Super Saiyan 4. The 25k you also have to be at the double strike you have to be at 2 or less life, which not that hard, but like it's kind of scary to go down to 2 life sometimes, even if you know that the next turn you're gonna win. He does get you to play a card, so you can kind of play a 3 cost and draw, like that 3 cost Kefla is a really nice one. I just feel like the 5 cost it just fits the deck a little bit more, so that's why I'm sticking with that one, right? All right, then we've got the God Kamehameha, and again, I'm still really on the fence. Like, is God Kame the way to go? It may be, but I don't know. I like the it's over. Then we've got Rumshi's another one to consider, maybe over the God Kame. It's a 5 cost though, so it's kind of another one where it's like, do we really want to play this guy? He does KO with 30, and then he's a 30 himself and a 10k in hand, but that's all you're going to play. You're not going to be able to leader skill, which kind of feels bad. This one's one that I kind of like. The minus 10k from the entire board is really nice. Do I want it though? Maybe. There's just not really room in the deck for it. Like, maybe you want to go with this one over the Kefla that draws, but I like the draw. Give me the draw and replace. Now 2 cost hit is really another one where it's like, this one's one like, are you sure you don't want to play this thing? 2 cost 20k 5k combo when attacking, and you can add a life to hand and then minus 5k from something. It's just like, I found like even when I have to crit, like I don't really like attacking turn 2 no matter what. Then I'm gonna have to defend this guy if I want to keep adding life. And then also the other biggest thing in here is that the hit is not going to be grabbable by the Videl. So it's just a chance. Like, this card kind of is one that's going to cost you cards in hand, so I don't really want to go with it. Right, and then finally we've got the Android 16. Another similar reason, like you're not going to grab him with Videl. It is really nice. KO this card, draw a card is always cool, but doesn't really fit. I have seen some people playing this card in TopKu, which is really the only reason I mentioned it. I just don't see this card as fitting in the deck. Alright, well that's going to do it for this episode of the Hawks Dragon Ball Nest. Hope you enjoy this episode here of my TopKu deck profile. Stay tuned later in the week. On Saturday we're going to drop the match. I've already recorded it. It's a fun match. It kind of like really like cemented or solidified this list for me, that I really like it. I mean, obviously it's a specific matchup, but I've played multiple matches with this one, and it kind of got like a lot of the cards I was questioning like came in handy here, so you're going to see that. So if you like what you saw, hit that subscribe button, become part of the Hawks Nest. We're out here, we're a fearless flock, we're fabulous folks, and we love to do it all. Code cards, they're still out here. Hit me up. I've got 10 FB09. I've got 15 of FB02 or FB08. Plenty of them out there. Let's get me to 500 subs. Please, please, please. Hit me up on Discord. Rybred619. RYBRED619. Show me that you're a subscriber. And then, until then, though, we'll see you next time.